here. We are happy to talk to you today. Again, our friends, we are happy that you've gathered in this time, in this now. We are happy to answer any questions that you have for us today.
Thank you so much, Council of Light. I really appreciate your wisdom. So I know right now that we're all up leveling and we're all allowing all of who we are to come through. And I'm kind of wondering about myself because I've been doing a lot of healing work, but with people coming to stay here. So it's sort of seeming like it may be a healing sanctuary, but yet I feel tired with it. So I'm wondering if this is what I don't know, or why I'm tired, and is it just up leveling still that I'm tired, or I'm not too sure what it is. I'm not as in much fear of healing right now, but they're like, it's almost like a hospital when the people are staying here. So
yes, indeed, our friend.
Okay.
So truly, there is a lot of shifts and changes going on energetically in the planet and in the collective consciousness as well in this time, in this now. So the earth is in the next wave of the next great awakening wave that is indeed occurring in this time, in this now on your physical planet. So you are sensitive to the energy, you are sensitive to those shifts, to those changes. And there are also shifts and changes that are going on within your own physical being. And so we just say, be kind, be gentle, and be easy on yourself in this time, in this now. If you feel like you are tired and you would like to rest, then go ahead and rest. Give yourself that unconditional love and permission to rest when you feel tired, and just open and allow those changes to happen within your physical being, within your physical body in this time, in this now. For truly, there are big changes going on within the collective consciousness upon your planet, as well as within the physical planet of your earth in this time, in this now. And so just be kind, be easy, be gentle to yourself in this time, in this now. And as far as the healing sanctuary goes, you are in control of that, our friend. You are that sovereign, independent creator being here in form, and you get to choose for you what is the most exciting and fun way for you to go about it. So we encourage you to go within your being and ask yourself if that is your highest excitement and your highest joy in this time, in this now. For truly, it is okay if it is, and it is okay if it is not. So allow yourself that freedom and flexibility to grow and change in time. For truly, you do not have to decide forevermore what you will be doing and when and how. You can allow yourself to decide in each now moment what feels best to you in each now moment. And again, just give yourself that freedom and flexibility to choose in each now what feels most exciting and most fun for you. For truly, there is not a right and wrong in this. There is not a should or you have to, or you'll be missing the boat or your big purpose if you do not. For truly, you have many gifts, many talents, many abilities, and you get to choose how you wish to use them in each now moment. For truly, there is a infinite amount of possibilities for you, and how you can use those gifts to help others. But it is going to be the one that is most exciting and most fun for you, that is most in alignment in this now. And again, we tell you that give yourself that freedom and flexibility to allow it to grow and to change and expand as you grow and change and expand as well.
Okay, that makes sense, because I there was a couple times in my life where St. Francis came to me and told me that the animals were my clients and not to work as much with people because I was so tired. So I thought maybe it was that again, but I can tell if it makes sense that it's just the energies and everything changing, our bodies changing into lighter bodies. That makes sense. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. We love you, our friend.
Love you too.
We will go to our next question.
Thank you, Light. And I just adore you. And thank you for everything. And here's my question. My question is about when I'm falling asleep. At the end of the day, I am wondering if I have to maintain a certain vibration, a high vibration. The question really is based on this book that I have that I really like, but I kind of don't need the book anymore because I've found you. And, I'm coming into my own high vibration, and awakening. But there's a book that is by Neville, and it's called Feeling is the Key, I think, or Feeling is the Secret. And it basically says that whatever you do, when you fall asleep, you have to be vibrating in, you have to be falling asleep with the image of what you want. Because when you fall asleep, your subconscious will take that image or those feelings and then output it the next day. So if you want to be rich or, in the black, as it were, you want to fall asleep with, all your bills paid up and, all the abundance you need. And then the next day you'll feel that, you'll be reflected. So as a result, because that's what that book says, and I've obviously come to a lot of incredible understanding through you and Lori, but now I find myself being afraid to fall asleep in case I'm not having the right vibration. Like, oh, am I thinking a bad thought? Or I just watched a movie about, a man killing his wife or whatever. So I've kind of had problems falling asleep, and I just need some help or reassurance that I'm always falling asleep correctly.
Yes, indeed, our friend. For truly, it is quite humorous to us, the whole notion that you could get it wrong. For truly, from our higher dimensional perspective, you cannot get it wrong. There are many different techniques and ideas and thoughts about how to do it correctly here in the human experience of form, but truly, you're all doing it correctly. You cannot get it wrong. For truly, there is data and information in every experience that you have. So if you have an experience and you're not pleased with it, you can always choose again in your next now moment. You can always tweak it and change it in your next now moment. So truly, it is quite humorous as well that the idea and pressure and stress of having to fall asleep in a good vibration is indeed making you fall asleep in a fearful one. For truly, that is not a good vibration either to fall asleep in. So truly, we encourage you to go within your own self and know that you cannot get it wrong. For truly, you cannot get it wrong. You cannot do it inappropriately here. From the higher dimensional realms, it is not seen as good, bad, right, wrong, better than, or worse than, more appropriate or less appropriate. It is all just seen as sovereign free will choices in each now moment. So truly, we do find harmonic resonance with what he is attempting to say, and that feeling is the key. For truly, that is your power of creation here in form. It is your power of influence as well. The key in that is to hold on to the feelings that you would like to have in your experience of form. That is how you draw them into your form here. So we do agree with his premise that feeling is the key, that vibration, feeling, frequency is of the utmost importance, because truly it is, but it is not of the utmost importance in that you could get it wrong or that you could do it wrong. For truly, you are that sovereign free will independent creator here in form, and you cannot make a mistake. You cannot get it wrong. For truly, in each now moment, you can always choose again. You can always pick differently in your next now moment. So if you have a vibration that does not feel good to you, you will know it. You are aware of how you feel in each now moment, and that is wonderful indeed. And that is the primary skill that you need to direct your experience more consciously, more deliberately, and with more awareness. So indeed, when you are aware of your feeling and your frequency and your vibration in this now moment, it is easy for you to shift it if it is not pleasing to you indeed. We do want to tell you that sometimes when you hold a frequency and feeling and vibration within your own creator being, and say you are trying to conjure something that is out beyond the experience that you have now, or if you have a limiting belief or an entanglement and lack of limitation that does not agree with the feeling, frequency, and vibration that you're trying to conjure and hold within your own creator being in this time, in this now, sometimes that will indeed come up to the light, come up to the surface to be healed, released, and reintegrated. So indeed, in those moments, there will be a feeling or frequency or vibration that feels discordant or not resonant, and that is just coming up to the light of your conscious awareness so you can heal it, release it, and return it to the light of who you truly are, the light of all that is. And we like to call that process the process of reintegration. And we like to tell our physical human friends that nothing is going wrong with that indeed. And so if you are falling asleep and you're telling yourself, I have to pick a better feeling vibration, and then you have a negative, discordant, not so good feeling emotion come up to the surface, it is okay. You can just allow it to come up to the light to be healed, released, and reintegrated. So in those moments, sometimes it is easier for you to reach for the vibration of peace, to remember that all is well, that you're not getting it wrong, that you can't get it wrong, and that you intend to feel good. And that should be enough for you to hold on to that feeling, frequency, and vibration, to allow it to shift, to allow it to pass through indeed. For truly, we really do want to tell you that you can't get it wrong. You don't need to put that much stress and that much pressure on yourself, for truly you cannot get it wrong. So indeed, the higher the high, the better the feeling, frequency, and vibration that you can conjure in each now moment, the better. For truly that will be that vibrational frequency and resonant match with what you're wanting to draw into your experience here in form. But that feeling of fear that you could do it wrong or bring something to you that you don't want, that is not going to serve you at all indeed. For truly, that is not a resonant match to the high frequency, vibration, and feeling that you are wanting to hold. So again, in those moments, just remind yourself that all is well. You can't get it wrong. You don't have to have that much stress and pressure about it, for truly you do have the right and ability to choose for you in each now moment. So it is not like you have to be perfect. That is another important point we like to give our physical friends here in form. Your perfection is not required. It is not asked of you to be perfect, for truly it is all just seen as experiences, and all experiences do have that data and information in them. So you can use that data and information to choose again in your next now moment. And with that freedom, you will feel that your vibration and frequency will rise indeed, our friend.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
But just to make sure I understand your response, when you say you can't get it wrong, that to me, I'm not settled with, because it sounds like it's okay if you get kicked out of your home. It's okay if you die early. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it doesn't soothe me.
Yes, indeed, our friend. So truly, you do have strong desires and strong ideas of what you would like to experience here in form. And so with that, you can just flow your energy towards what you are wanting. So in that, when we say that you cannot get it wrong, that you do not have to put that stress and pressure on yourself. We are not saying that you're going to accidentally create something that you don't want to create. And that is what that fear is that is coming up within you. It is saying that, well, if there's no rules, if there's no good and bad, no right and wrong, then I could do anything. And if I could do anything, then I'm all willy-nilly and I have no control and no say. And I feel really quite not good about that. So I want to be that intentional creator. I want to draw to me the experiences that I want to have. And you can indeed do that. So you're not going to accidentally draw to yourself something that's not a resonant and harmonic match with what you are wanting indeed. So when you feel good, you are indeed drawing the things that will also feel good to you when they come back. So that is the key there. The feeling, frequency, and vibrational matching is what is going to draw those experiences to you here in form. So you do not need to be that specific, and you do not need to be that fearful, for truly all the things that you desire are known in the higher dimensional realms. And so when you are conjuring, when you are creating within that imagination and creator space, imagine and create the scenarios that do feel good to you. So truly, from the higher dimensional realms, you really cannot get it wrong. So people who do have those experiences that you mentioned that would be really bad and unwanted to you in your physical experience and form, they are not judged. They are not condemned. They are not seen as less than. They are just seen as having had some experiences with data and information in them. And that is what we mean by that. Truly, there's no judgment or condemnation from our higher dimensional realms, regardless of the choices and experiences that are had here in the physical form, whether they are done indeed deliberately or not deliberately, consciously or not consciously, on purpose or not on purpose. So truly, you are not going to make a mistake or get it wrong and be judged and condemned no matter what happens to you here in your physical experience of form. But you do indeed have that control and say on what it is that you draw into your experience. And so you can just focus on the things that are the resonant and harmonic match to what would feel good to you in your experience of form, and allow that to be different for each individual sovereign free will creator and form.
I feel like I'm still scared now. Like, is it possible that you can give me a mantra that says I am falling asleep correctly, or all is well? I think that I cannot get it wrong doesn't soothe me still. I hear what you're saying, but it's also knowing that I have created a situation which is really showing me my power, 100% showing me my power. So as I fall asleep going, I receive, everything I need to be in the black or to be balanced for this month, that I know I'm strong enough to pull it in. And then I'm falling asleep going, oh, but I watched that bad movie that made me feel like, oh, it was about a guy who was stealing from his wife. And so then that's where I don't want to be entangled, and I don't want to be entangled with the possibility that even though I'm not being judged, which is fine, that I'm still somehow susceptible to not being powerful enough. So it's maybe just a mantra of like, I am powerful, I am in the black, I am a miracle maker, I am always.
Yes, indeed, our friend. Yes, indeed. So how about the mantra, I have the power to choose for me?
Thank you.
Because truly you do. Truly you do have the power to choose for you. And you do not need to entangle with the lack and limitations of thoughts and beliefs of others. So truly that is something that we feel within you when you say, but this person said this and this person said this. And what about what this person said? What if that's true? And what if I'm doing it wrong? You truly do have the power to say for you. And so we would affirm that as often as you can. Say to yourself as often as you can, I have the power to choose for me, and I choose fill in the blank.
Okay, thank you. I love you. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you so much. I have the power to choose for me.
Yes, and I choose fill in the blank, and allow that fill in the blank to change and shift and grow and expand with you in each now moment.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
love you so much.
Friend. We love you too, our friend.
Hi, friends. Nice to connect again. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. And thank you for these beautiful answers previously. I guess where I have a little bit of problem is quite similar, because I understand, like, from the higher dimensions, there's no judgment and no right or wrong. But here in the physical experience, certain experiences don't feel as great. And as much as we're collecting data and information, we've sort of really gathered. In my specific case, I've gathered a lot of data about lack of resources, specifically money, and I'm focusing as much as I can on creating more financial abundance. I do have abundance indeed, and everything does show up for me, sort of speak, but in the same time, there's like a big bubble of of depth going on, and I just want to switch that around into something positive and investments and stuff that makes me money, and I simply don't know what else I could do. I mean, I'm focusing, I'm choosing money, I'm meditating, and it's just still, what could I do?
Yes, indeed. So we do feel that you are right on track with the focusing and with the meditating. So there is a balance point, a tipping point in the physical experience and form. So truly there is what is, and that has a frequency, feeling, and vibration attached to it. And then there is what will be, and that is your future creation. That is how you create out beyond what is currently. That is how you draw into your experience here in form that which you wish to experience. And so that is the balance and tipping point that we feel that you are talking about indeed. And truly it is a matter, as you said, of focusing and of feeling. So truly that process of your creation and your using your power to focus and to draw it into your experience here in form. It is that simple power of creation and power of influence process that we like to give to our physical human friends. And so that process is to conjure, to imagine, to daydream the experience that you would like to have in this time, in this now, in your experience here in form. And the key in that is to hold on to those feelings, those frequencies, those vibrations of that experience in your now moment, as though it is happening in this now moment. And so usually when our friends are struggling with that tipping point, that balance point between what currently is and what they would like to draw into their experience here in form, what they're saying is that they are having trouble holding that frequency, feeling, and vibration of what they would like to experience here in form for truly the feeling, frequency, and vibration of what is more dominant in their experience. And usually the two are not a resonant match. They are not a harmonic and resonant match, for truly you are saying, I have explored, I have had experiences, and through the data and information in those experiences, I wish to create something different than what is. I choose to experience and create something in form other than what I've already created and experienced here in form. And so the key to drawing that into your experience here in form, the something new, something beyond what currently is that you would like to experience here in form, is to conjure, to daydream, to imagine, and to hold on to those feelings, frequencies, and vibrations in your now moment as though they're happening in this now moment. And so the balance and the tipping point is just to do that a little bit more than what you currently are, to give that a little bit more airtime, a little bit more focus and attention than the situation of what currently is. And so we do feel that your time in meditation, your time playing in the higher dimensional realms, is in alignment and in harmony with that, our friend, truly. And the other bit of this that we would like to give to you is not to take as much score. So truly, sometimes our physical friends will go and meditate and reach into the higher dimensional realms, so conjure and feel really, really good, and then they'll take score. And when they take score, they're saying, has anything changed yet? Is it here yet? Did it arrive yet? And in that, they let go of that feeling, frequency, and vibration of what they would like to draw into their experience here in form, and they match more of what is again. So they go right back into that lack of, it's not here yet, it didn't work, what did I do wrong, how could I do this better, and is there a piece that I'm missing somewhere? And truly, you're not missing a piece in that at all. It's just that you have let go of the feeling, frequency, and vibration that you are wanting to hold, that you're wanting to conjure, that you're wanting to draw into your experience here in form, and you have focused back on the feeling, frequency, and vibration of what is.
I got it. So if I daydream of being rich and doing this and that, I'm not just being a giant Peter Pan. I'm actually creating. Because for me, when tension rises up, the first thing to do is go and look for a job. And I'm so tired of this cycle, you know. It's like I just look into it and then I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, it's just want to create cash flow, really. I feel like it's very much part of the human experience. And as much as during my human experience, I've been really chasing up a spiritual experience. Now I've come to the tipping point where I'm actually, hey, wait a moment, this is the human experience that is actually the treasure chest here. And it's so much more sweeter and delicious with cash flow, really. Consistent one would be ideal. So, yeah.
Yes, indeed, our friend. And with the cash flow, that is what we feel is the difference in the feeling, frequency, and vibration. For truly, if you feel into that, our friend, there is a big difference in the feeling, frequency, and vibration of having a wonderful, steady stream of cash flow coming into your experience. Feel the feeling and frequency and vibration of that, and then compare it to the feeling, frequency, and vibration that you have been feeling around it, which is, I need to generate it because it's not here. I want to generate it, but I'm not sure how. And there is a big difference in that, our friends. So truly, we do not have a problem with Peter Pan. We think he is wonderful. We think he is a fabulous, wonderful creator here in your experience here in form. And he is a harmonic and resonant match with much of what we teach, much of which we try to encourage our physical human friends to remember and to bring into their experience here in form. For truly, the idea of growing up and having to be serious and get a real job and do things that you do not enjoy to do in order to bring that cash flow into your experience is not really a harmonic match with what you are wanting to actually do in your experience here in form. It is an option and you can choose it if you wish, but we know what you really are wanting is to hold on to that frequency and that vibration and that feeling of having that steady cash flow, to draw that into your experience here in form in an easy and joyful way indeed.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much. Blessings.
Yes, indeed, our friend.
Much peace and love in all the planes of existence.
Yes, indeed. And to you as well, our friend. We love you, our friend.
My question is about weather. We all choose where we want to live on this planet to create our abundant life. And I'd like to understand more on how the weather is created. In talking to many of my friends and family, most of us love the sunshine and a little rain when nature is thirsty, and the more moderate temperatures, and not quite as much as the extreme heat and cold that's been happening lately. So, my question is, are the weather patterns a reflection of everyone living in that area? And what will our weather be like in the new earth when humanity is self realized?
Yes, indeed, our friend. So the weather is orchestrated and managed from the higher dimensional realms, for truly there is great reason and great purpose to it indeed. And what you are referring to is whether or not the physical being in that environment is in harmonic resonance with that weather pattern or not. For truly our physical friends do have preferences when it comes to the weather, but fortunately, and we really truly do mean fortunately, they are not in control of the weather patterns indeed. For truly our human physical friends would say, I like this type of weather and only this type of weather, and things would get out of balance in a hurry in that way indeed. So truly, what you are speaking of is to have that preference and that desire for the wonderful weather pattern indeed, and you can use that to conjure, to imagine, and to create the experience that you want to have here in your experience here in form. But truly, we do recommend having the belief system that everything is happening for you, including the weather patterns indeed. It is not up to you in your human vantage point, in your physical human vantage point, to understand the weather or to try to control it or to change it. For truly, it is a collective, environmental situation that is going on, and it is again managed and orchestrated from the higher dimensional realms with all things taken into consideration. The plants, the flora, the fauna, the humans, the animals, all things taken into consideration, and what is best in that time, in that now, in that situation for that location indeed. And so truly, when you try to wrap your mind around that, that is hard, because truly you cannot see all that is at play in that situation. You cannot see all that is being taken into consideration from the higher dimensional realms, but you, in your sovereign free will as your independent creator here in form, you can harmonize and resonate with the weather patterns that you enjoy the most. So truly you can go within your own creator being and say, I love this experience because this experience feels so good to me, and I appreciate it so much when this is my experience here in form. And when I have that experience here in form, this is how wonderful I feel. And to hold on to those wonderful, blissful feelings in this now moment. And you can draw those experiences into your experience here in form. But truly, we recommend not pushing against weather patterns or trying to control them or manipulate them with your frequency, feeling, and vibration. For truly, it is managed from the higher dimensional realms, and there are many, 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 many factors that are being taken into consideration at all times for the balance and the well-being for the entirety and the whole of all that is at play in your physical planet in this time and in this now. And in the New Earth experience, it is going to be similar. For truly, if you go within your own creator being, the balance, the wholeness, the well-being of the entire ecosystem is something that you desire. For truly, it does allow you to have this experience here in form. And so that is a harmonic, resonant match to what you would want to experience in your new earth experience. But you can indeed add into that the experiences that you would love to have, the weather patterns that you would love to have. For truly, if you feel into what the new earth experience is like, pleasant living conditions and weather patterns are a part of that indeed, but there is on the whole more balance and more harmony indeed. For truly, in the lower dimensional realms, there is not collective balance and harmony indeed, and that can lead to some of the more extreme weather patterns that you do indeed see happening around the planet in this time and in this now. For truly, it is part of the greater balance that is being orchestrated for each dimensional layer, each dimensional realm.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yes, indeed, our friend.
Okay, the light. I have a question concerning what I've been guided to more lately. I have done a lot of healing work, and most of it is with sound therapy, with tuning forks, and with the animals. And I'm one of these people that enjoys probably being with the animals and out in nature with the trees than with a crowd of people. So my question is, with the animals, I know that they are more in tune, they're in the moment so much. Are their bodies evolving like our bodies are supposedly changing with the new earth, the new energies in that? And are they able to, like if I'm doing healing work and some of it involves more breathing so that they can really relax and bring the energies in, can they just assimilate that? Because I know I personally, I can do things for myself, but I can't create an experience for another. I can only help create the environment for the healing. So I'm just wondering if the animals have that ability innately to just assume like relaxation breathing or other things that will also help their healing, and if they are going to be able to heal and stay with us longer in the new earth energies as we expand to the higher dimensions.
Yes, indeed, our friends. So truly they are aware and sensitive to the energy shifts and changes that are happening upon your physical earth planet in this time, in this now, and they are up to speed with those changes indeed. So their physical forms will indeed be having those shifts and changes as well, because truly they are residents on this physical earth plane in this time and in this now. So they will be upgrading and making the shifts and changes as well. And the benefit that they have going for themselves is that they do not push against. They do not have that resistance. They do not have as many entanglements and thoughts and belief systems and lack and limitation that they are needing to release and reintegrate in this time, in this now. So truly they have a leg up, if you wish to call it that, in this experience of the changes and shifts that are happening energetically in this awakening experience upon the planet. But they are indeed aware of it, and they are indeed allowing it. And we do feel that many of them are going to aid and assist their owners in making those changes indeed. So you will notice that they do have a calming effect on their owners, and they can aid and assist them in relaxing into the energy, into resting when it feels appropriate to rest, and to help guide and allow them to be easy and to allow those shifts and changes to happen within their own physical bodies as well.
That's beautiful. Thank you, because I know my animals have guided me so much into becoming more calm and living in the moment and relaxing and resting when we need to. And it's all there. I just love that confirmation that they are. I had that feeling, and I've been told that they are so evolved and they're evolving with the energy changes, but I just love hearing that from you. Thank you very much, the light.
Yes, indeed, our friend. We love you. We feel that we are at the end of our list of questions for today, so we will wrap this up for you all indeed. We love you. We are so pleased and happy that you are taking the time to have this interaction with us in this time and in this now. We hope that we have blessed you with our answers and guidance along your path in this time and in this now. And we are happy to have many more interactions with you all in the future. We love you all, and for now we are complete.